I inherited my first guitar from my dad, and it was definitely something that unexpectedly changed my life forever.
I still remember the first time that I got this guitar when I was probably 6 or 7 years old. I was walking by the street and there was this pawn shop in the corner, and I saw 2 guitars, one white. I got this guitar, and since that day I couldn't stop playing it.
It was Santa Claus, actually. 8 or 9 years old, I got a little tiny drum set for the little kids, and I played it to death. Probably the most influential gift that I've gotten to this day.
So we're just a bunch of giddy little, whatever we were, 8-year-olds, something very, very young. And they have all these shiny instruments set up all over the stage, and you're instantly like, whoa, what the hell is this? And you look around, and then I remember seeing the saxophone, and it was like, it's rad, it curved, and it came up, and they picked it up, and I was like, oh, that's what I gotta do. I gotta get me one of those. Be a lady killer with the saxophone.
It was Christmas. I wrote a letter to Santa Claus, and I said I wanted a bicycle. My dad, he walks into my room and he goes, 2 things, Santa Claus doesn't exist, and I started crying. And my second, you're not gonna get a bicycle. If you want to be a member of this family, you're gonna have to play guitar.
It's interesting how like being a kid and being exposed to music and remembering how you felt the first time you really played like you're something right and it just sounded good. Basically nothing has changed, you know, it's just like I still haven't lost that special feeling about being around music and producing something.
Music was always my thing to do. Music was always from the beginning, since I was a kid. It takes 10 hours of your day, every day, including weekends.
I think age 4 or 3 or 5 or something like that. I was obsessed with Elvis, and I had a cassette player, and I would tape concerts on TV, and I made like a tape of just applauses. So I would go in front of the mirror and just sing and stuff, and then I would hit play and hear the applause, you know what I mean, and be like, for like hours. And my mom just looking like, oh God, what did we do, you know?
Absolutely everything that happens around my life, even this thing that is happening right now, is because of music. Every single person I met in my life is through music. If I didn't have that,
I don't have a safety net, I don't have a fallback plan. This is what I've done for my entire life, and this is what I'm going to continue to do for my entire life.
Like, that's all I do, and that's what I think about. I think about songs all the time, and it's the only thing, you know what I mean? There's nothing else.
we have been very lucky, very blessed to have a great audience.
Right now we play with bands that are, they're all signed and stuff, and we like our independence, but we need some kind of help.
It's hard then to turn around to the same people and say, so could everyone just chip in a couple bucks?
There's no other thing. It's like for a scientist, he knows that he can discover something, but you need the elements, you need the materials. Money is the truth, open the doors.
The next step is about establishing that it's not a local band, that it's just a band.
And getting this album done professionally is the next step.
It will feel a lot like that day when I got a guitar. It will feel like there's that door again for me.